Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and today I'm going to show you how you can increase the speed of your modulation while still staying in sync. This creates like an interesting speed up effect, but of course you're in sync, so you can use this for a lot of different things. I think it's a cool effect, so I'll show you how to do it. I'll be using M Wobbler and M Chorus MB, but you can do this with pretty much any of the modulation plugins that are MB. Not all of them have these mod sources here, so check just to make sure. So things like just M Chorus won't have it, but M Chorus MB will. But all of them that have it, you can do this same thing. So let's get started. I have just a normal saw wave sound. We'll use that. You could use anything though, it doesn't have to be this. So I turn this on, and the first thing I'll do is just pop this out so we can see the filter. And I'll open the shape so we can see that as well. I'll turn the resonance down a bit, find a good frequency, and then we'll increase the frequency range. That sounds cool. Now the problem is this isn't really in sync with our song. So we have it here, we can change the rate. And then if we enable the sync, we can change the speed, but we can't really ramp it up. So it's here, I can modulate it. Here I can set the sync. So like, how can I do both of them together? So I'm going to show you. So an easy way here is to do it like this. The first thing I'm going to do is just turn this phase off because it's starting here. I'll set this to 0. That's not really related to that, but that's okay. Now we're going to take the sync, and whatever your lowest speed is, let's say here I start at half notes. Actually, let's do it a little bit faster. Quarter notes. We'll start there. What I want to do is use one of these modulators, but first I need to get this at the correct rate. If you see here where it says set rate, you might be wondering, what does this do? What it does is it takes this value, quarter notes, and it translates the sync value into the rate. So if you look at the rate here, I enable it. It's kind of grayed out, but hopefully you can see it. Click rate. It goes from 4 hertz to, boom, 1.167 hertz. So what I'm going to do is just click this, clear and learn. Remember this 1.167 hertz. Boom, there. I'll go in here. This one's set correctly, but I want it to be this lower value. So 1.167. Cool. Now what I want to do is do this again, and we're going to find what fast value we want for this. So let's try eighth notes. Maybe a little bit faster. That's good. Let's try. That's probably a little bit too fast, but maybe good for demonstration purposes. So we're going to do this same thing again. Click set rate. Boom. Now we'll just look at it again. So this is 9.333 hertz. We'll go back here and click 9.333. Okay. Now this will modulate between them as soon as I turn this on. So if we listen to this, see what happens. Now it's working and modulating this rate, but it's using an LFO here, which you probably don't want. What we want to do is use an envelope. Now we can go in here and set this however we want. For me, I want the sustain at 100. Don't worry about the decay. And then we set the attack to whatever value we want. So let's say I want to move it up over a half note like this. Just make sure you double click the attack. Find the value you want. In this case, it's our half note. Click OK. Boom. Now, as we play this, it should ramp up in speed and stay there. This is exactly what we want. You can also change this attack. So if I want it to stay slow a little bit longer, I might bend this down like this. Or you can do the opposite here. And I think that's sounding pretty good. You may like that, you may not, but I'm thinking that's sounding good. Something you may notice also, if I play the chords quickly over and over again like this, you might be thinking, hey, it's not starting over from the bottom. And that's because our release is too long. So I want to set the release really quick like this. And of course, if you think, okay, maybe this is too fast or not really the value you want, I can turn this off for a second. I'll just go in here. 30 seconds, not good. 16. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better. Just click set rate again. Find this value. It's like, oh, okay, it's 4.667. I'll just go back in here and adjust this. 4.667, like that. Turn it back on, and we have it. So you can come up with lots of cool things like that. You can even change this width like this. So let's say I'll move this up to, let's say, 180. So now it's like I have one LFO starting here and the other one starting here. So it's going to give us a stereo effect like this. Kind of a crazy effect. You could also do 90 degrees. It might be better. And you can even do like negative like this. If you like. Of course, you don't have to do that. So that's something you can do. But you might be thinking like, okay, that's cool and all, but what if I don't want this sine wave in here? You can use the step sequencer, you can use any other shape, etc. And maybe for me, for a filter, I might use one of these custom shapes here to create a pluck sound. So I can go in here like this, make a shape like this, and now I have a pluck. So that's sounding pretty good to me. Maybe for this, I think it's taking too long to ramp up. Let's try maybe eighth note. Maybe that's a little bit too fast. Quarter note. So there's all sorts of things you can do with that. So this is one way to do it. Hopefully it gave you a good idea what you could do with M-Wobbler. And you don't even need to use a filter like a low-pass filter. If I move this back to sine, you can even do it with something crazy like a comb filter or something like this. And come up with all sorts of crazy and cool sounds. But let's do one more. I'll do it with M chorus MB to show you how to do it. So we'll start here, and for this one, let's start with something a little bit more wild first. So we'll do the fast one first. Sync this up. Okay, that's a lot, but it's okay. So we'll do the same thing. Click rate. Boom. Turn it off, and we have 4.667. Okay, we didn't change tempo, so that's okay. We're going to go here. This time, for some reason, in this plugin, it's set at this, where you see the depth, and we don't really want that. We want to set this as, I believe, was it full range? Actually, no. Don't have it set on anything because I didn't put the rate in. So 4.667, clear and learn, here, like this. 4.667 at the max. Perfect. We have that right where we want it. Move this up. Now we need the slower value. Okay. Click set rate again. Boom. Enable. And we have 0.5833. 0.5833. Boom. And then we set our attack time to whatever we want. I'll set this to a half note again. Boom. Bring that release down just like I showed you before. And I'll bring the attack curve down too. So now when we turn it on, we should get that ramp up like this. So through that, I think you get some kind of interesting sounds that ramp up, and it's not too difficult, and luckily it's all in time. So unfortunately, I didn't have any like drums or anything so you could hear it, but trust me, it's in time. So you can do that on your songs to create some motion and create more interest in your modulation. So if you like that, give me a thumbs up, leave me any questions or comments down below, and check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Till next time, see you.